Hi, Lori here, Triquetra Therapeutic Services. I thought I'd just pop on really quickly and say, guess what? We are back in the office. So, besides doing hypnotherapy, which all of you know that I do, and I love those processes, I'm really excited to be bringing forward the equine facilitated wellness therapy that I've been studying and certifying in. And so, that process actually doesn't take place here in the office in town. It takes place out at the farm where you'll be working with horses. You don't have to have horse experience. There's no riding involved. All of the work is done on the ground with the horses. And the horses are the therapists, which is actually very, very cool. It's a very different way of doing things. So I'm there just to keep you safe, to keep the horses safe. And we just do this beautiful, I can't call it anything other than a dance because that's what it seems like. It's a beautiful nonverbal communication of you working with the horses to help you work through whatever your issues are. EFW processes are fabulous for working through stress, trauma, anxiety, PTSD, and they're individual sessions. So there's nobody else around but you, me, and the horses. And the horses are going to give you honest feedback. They're going to be a total reflection of what it is that you're going through. So if you are really stressed, for instance, and you're really anxious and you're just kind of jittery and not comfortable in your skin, I've got a couple of horses that will absolutely have nothing to do with you. We'll be in a round pen. It's a big round pen. It's 50 feet in diameter, and you may think that you want to work with that horse, and he will absolutely turn and walk away from you and stand with his back basically to you because you are nowhere near ready to be in that session. And so through some exercises that we can do to kind of ground you and get you more calm and more present so you can actually look at what's come up for you, whatever the emotion or the thoughts or the feelings are, so that we can kind of work through a process. And there is a process. But the horses hold space. They hold space with love. They hold space with honesty. And they hold space with compassion. So at the end of a session, you may have experienced a whole realm of emotions. You may have had tears happen as you're releasing whatever is going on for you, or you may just be laughing, or you may just feel the overwhelming energy of love coming off of some of these horses. It's magic. I've experienced the sessions myself, and in fact, personally, way back, I'm not going to tell you how many years ago, I had a major wreck, and I landed on my face and broke my teeth, I broke jaw, I broke my nose, and it took over 20 years before I could be anywhere near a horse without panicking or freaking out. And I love them. I think they're fabulous and always have, but man, they had to be across a pasture from me. They couldn't be close to me. And through my own journey back to health and over the last 20 years, I started exploring working with the animals and working with their energy to do healing work. Didn't know it was a thing. Apparently it is a thing, and now I'm certifying in that process. But in the course of that exploration, I started to do work with someone around equine therapy for myself. And the magic changes that happened in a very short period of time for me, it was within 6 weeks and 4 sessions, I think it was, that I had my own equine therapy sessions. And in those 4 sessions or 6 weeks, I went from being spit-ass terrified of being anywhere near them to getting my own horses. And we now have 4 in our herd, and they are each very individual and yet very loving and very kind. And it's a joy. I can be out with them, even just grooming them, and spend hours and not realize it because it's such a calming, wonderful, peaceful thing. And so there is a whole history of how animals and horses in particular have worked with humans over the years and how they keep us grounded. And it's just a magical experience. So I really invite you, if you're struggling with any kinds of issues, and in this time of pandemic and uncertainty, who isn't stressed out about something? So if you're stressed, if you're anxious, if you are dealing with PTSD and regular counseling isn't helping you, give us a shout, because you may find some really amazing experiences and things happen out of equine facilitated wellness. It is gaining traction in the States and has been over the last 20 years, is recognized to help people with PTSD and veterans and first responders. And it's just a fabulous, fabulous therapy piece. And What could be better? You're standing, you're outside, you're in nature, you're in the sun, you're in the fresh air. And it's a touch back to being connected, connected to you, connected to the earth, connected to nature, and connected to the deep, deep answers within yourself. So it's a wonderful process, and I really do invite you to come along and join me for some wonderful healing sessions for yourself. We also do team building. So if you now have, for instance, a team that, or co-workers or a company where you're coming back to work after being off and everybody's still kind of like all stressed out, we can set up a workshop, a half-day workshop or a full day, depending on what you want. And we can practice social distancing, so that's not an issue. But you can really learn to work as a team and as a cohesive unit, and to work through whatever some of those issues may be around what's gone on for you over the last few months. Again, a beautiful process, and the horses are just the most amazing therapists. So go ahead, give me a call, and we can set something up. Talk soon. Bye.